that can't be right, can it? That's not fair on the child or the father.
Right, and that does happen. But
that happens a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, but that isn't through the court process, really.
It's even worse in the courts.
Yeah, that even worse in the courts process, because a woman can come in and check any allegation she wants to at the father, and the father's got to go away and work on that allegation. When he gets the evidence to prove that he never done it, it's too late, because the judges say, we've moved on since then.
I suppose that's a difficult thing. If somebody hurls an allegation, then the court has got to...
She would have to prove it.
No, that doesn't happen. It doesn't
what
happen.
she said is correct.
It doesn't happen, and they just say, we've moved on since then. By the time you've proved to them that you haven't done it, you get the evidence, like, get together and you say, there you go, there's the proof, she just lied.
Yeah, I think the difficulty is that Robin is talking about it is that there is constant delay, and that is something that the courts are trying to deal with at the moment. There isn't a presumption that what the woman says is right. She has to prove that, and there is evidence.
Would you agree with that, Martin?
No, that is wrong. The family courts operate on a balance of probabilities system, unlike a criminal court where there is a weighing of evidence and a testing of evidence. If a woman goes into court and makes an allegation, then it is probably true. And it is then left with the father to go away and prove his innocence. And like my friend here just said, by the time you come back to court with that evidence to prove your innocence, the case has moved on, and it's no longer relevant.
And how much time has moved on as well?
We're sometimes talking 3 and 4 months.
Yeah.
It could be as long as a year. And all of this is eating into the child's life and taking away time with its parent.
Okay, Gina?
But it's got to take... You're dealing with a child. You can't... Whether the allegations are false or whether they're true, at that time doesn't matter. If there's an allegation involving a child...
I agree. It has got to be investigated thoroughly.
You've got to spend as much time as you can investigating.
But the Children's Act of 1989 stipulates that delays are not acceptable. And delays are being put into these cases deliberately by lawyers, by social workers, by all the other people with a vested interest in this huge industry that's grown up around family law. They put the delays in because the longer it takes, the more they earn out of it, and that is unacceptable.
Spider-Man, I just wanted to move on to you. What happens when your experience, when mothers are in breach of contact? How do the courts deal with that?
Well, they don't actually do anything, not for a long time. I mean,
what's happened with you?
Well, I'm not quite sure whether I can talk about my case, but in general, mothers can continually breach contact orders and nothing happens. Nothing happens at all. They're not criticised. Matters are investigated because it's normally because the mother makes a false accusation. So contact is stopped. You had a breach of a contact order. By the time you've proved that it's a false allegation, you go back to court and you've had this delay. But there's no criticism of the mother for making a false allegation.
Do the courts take into account the terrible pain that you must go through? Not only that you're missing your child, but you're having allegations put against you. It seems that it feels the fathers that nobody's listening to them. Is there anything
I think I can see that point of view, but the difficulty is that, again, the court has to be child-centred, and if there's an allegation against a father, it has to be investigated, and you can't take chances, and courts won't take chances with children. But you're talking about enforcement.
An allegation, it must be investigated, but there must be a point where a mother continually does this, and it's one accusation after another, and that one doesn't work, so we'll try another one, then we'll try another one. The court must realise at some point that the mother is deliberately denying contact.
Okay, I just want to go to Linda. Linda, is there any way that you can not get into that in the first place?
Yes, I'm here on behalf of the Family Mediators Association, and we like to try and find people a year or two before cases get to court. And I'd like to reassure some of your viewers who might be feeling rather depressed by this discussion that the vast majority of parents do settle their arrangements for their children long before this stage is reached, and that many of those who can't do come to mediation and settle their parenting plans for the long-term future of their children with the help of trained mediators.
John, you're shaking your head.
I'm shaking my head. We have at the moment rights for children, rights for mothers. A mother can go to prison and everyone makes sure the child sees her. No rights for fathers. It's time that fathers had rights. Why don't we automatically say the father and the mother 50% each? That's best for the kids, it's best